So let me do this. So if you want to see chat, you probably want to open that up. Yep. Probably just go to your Twitch. You can probably just do it from your Twitch, unless you logged in. You can also go to your YouTube. Anything that has you on it. These things are following me now. Follow me. All right. Well, let's see if this works. All right. Well, this is a second day of live, so we're trying to figure out some little tweaks in this thing to make it work right. But so yeah, we're opening up the whole thing of like why play at the park, trying to show what it's like again to be outdoors and have a good time with things because yeah, we need more players. So I'm going to be initiating that, coming out here, trying to get some people to play with me, hopefully, and then yeah, do it every once in a while, get more people involved with the process. So if you have any questions for me, we're setting it up so that you can chat with me, and I'll see if I can. If I see them, I'll answer them. Trying to set up eventually I can hear them, but right now that's not happening. So just have patience while we work this whole process. But yeah, so we're basically talking about the reasons for play and why play matters. And I focus my whole thing on two things. One of them is juggling, which I call the ultimate brain exercise. This is something that everybody can learn how to do, but it's incredibly good for your brain and helps with all kinds of things like Alzheimer's, dementia. It just really reflects how your brain's working with your left, right hemispheres. So you get that corpus callosum, which is the connect between the two sides, activated in a really beautiful way. I call this the play flow state. So what they found out is that when you do this, your brain stays focused yet relaxed. So it's quite an extraordinary thing to do. So learning how to juggle is not hard to do. I mean, it's challenging for a lot of people to get it, but once you get it, it locks it into a really cool way. So, we go through all these different tricks that you do. There's like infinite ways you can learn how to do it. But every time you learn a new trick, you're exercising those left right hemispheres. So it is a great thing to do. But one thing we're also going to do always, the other exercise, as far as like juggling, ultimate brain exercise, but the ultimate physical exercise is kicking around a hack. All right. By simply doing that, what I'm doing is I'm balancing my body. I'm working on each leg, and I'm also working my core. And it's a non-violent cooperative competition game. So whether I'm doing it by myself, I'm getting an incredible exercise, bouncing in my physical body, and getting you have the fascia, which is your connective tissue, but and the lymph as well is going in a really cool way. So again, it's non-violent, so you're not going to have chance of injury with hack. I haven't really seen it happen. So again, ultimate brain exercise, and you can switch up to the ultimate physical exercise, just kicking around one of these things. All right. So people ask me like, when and why did I get involved with juggling or with kicking around a hack? Like, how did that start? So the background story of it is, in 1995, I just finished working a ton. I was working about 100 hours a week, got totally burnt out, and I'd made plans to start traveling. So uh, it wasn't going to be a long travel initially. So I put my stuff in storage and just got everything. Like I got sold a lot of things, but I got my stuff down to a backpack. And uh, I was leaving to go start traveling. I was going to travel to Europe first, and I was going to meet up with my dad in Africa, and do a couple of other trip things. But right as I was leaving, I'm walking out the door, and one of my friends came up to me. He goes, "Wait, Xander, do you have a foot bag with you?" And I said, "No, I don't." I played once when I was like a young kid, 13 years old, but I didn't like it very much. The ball would bounce everywhere, and I didn't have a good time with it. So I was like, "It's not very fun." But he's like, "Okay." He pulled out his foot bag, and he gave it to me, and he said these words: "Keep it in your pocket. It's going to be the best gift anyone will ever give you." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Just put it in my pocket. I didn't think much of it, and gave my friend a hug. And I left to the airport. All right. So when I get to the airport, I find out that my flight is 3 hours delayed. Right. So I slowly just walk towards, the terminal. I'm kind of like, whatever. I'm like feeling a little out of it, low, like, whatever. I have to wait another 3 hours to jump on the plane. Then I got a large flight to Europe. So what I ended up doing was I got to the terminal and I sat down and I was about ready to pull up my book out of my bag, just to start reading something. And then I felt in my pocket this bulge just sitting there. And I was like, you know what? Why not? I'm going to play. So I pulled the thing out. I went to a corner, put my bag down, and then I was in the corner. I just started going like this. Okay. Okay. Let me try this again. Here we go. Okay. Oh gosh, I got two. Oh gosh. Okay, hold on. Let me try this again, right? Now, so I was just struggling with this thing, going, okay, I can do this. Okay. But as I was doing it, I was noticing that sometimes I would do something else that was impressive. I'd kick it in a different way that was kind of like, oh, this is cool, right? And it took me like maybe 5 minutes before I was like really starting to go like, okay, I did another good kick. I was really starting to get into it. And then a guy came up and said, hey, can I jump in with you? I'm like, cool. So I tossed him the hack. We started kicking it back and forth. Both of us weren't very good per se, but we were just having a good time, just kicking it back and forth. But all of a sudden, I was connecting with this other human being fast. Like Plato is almost famous for saying, an hour of play is a lifetime of conversation. We're not sure if he said that, but maybe something along those lines. But it's true. So this guy and I who just met were playing this game. It's nonviolent, cooperative competition, and an amazing way to connect with other people. That's why it's kind of getting popularity again, just kicking around this thing. But at the time, it wasn't that popular. This one guy happened to play when he was younger. It was popular when I was young, but I'm like, okay, let's just do this. But that interaction right there, building that bond with this other human was incredible. It was incredible. But I'll tell you what, when we got done, like when we were playing, we all of a sudden got the call from the lady, the hostess lady at the terminal saying, hey, you guys, get over here. The flight's about ready to leave. We're like, what? Bug. That's a bug. Oh, oh gosh. Punch bug. But it's anyway, that's the way to do it. So,
Technical moment right here.
gotcha.
You have your YouTube chat here
Okay.
with them talking the most.
Okay.
And you have your full chat now.
Okay.
So what you want to do is pay more attention to that one.
Okay.
But relatively
Mary.
maybe on
Mary gets a shout out.
yeah.
All right, Mary, shout out for you. Thank you. Appreciate it. So you're getting through all the technical difficulties right now. There's, I'm not used to this, so we're just setting it up right now and seeing how we can go. So I'll get back to it and see if I can find things and make sure that I got things going.
It is a little small right now.
Yeah, we'll work on that. But I'll come in every once in a while and check on it. But we're going to stay a little bit longer with this as I tell a little bit of the story and get people more involved in this whole play thing, because what we do need more than anything right now is more players. That's my goal. So when I come out here to the park, I'm going to be trying to get other people to jump in, and hopefully people will. But back to the story. So after this, I'm going to do a little juggling in the meantime, because it's good for my brain to do this. I get more activated. But what I did is after the 3 hours went by, we got the call up to the plane. Like, we picked up our stuff and we ran towards the terminal, just laughing. We're just totally in such a good state. And we're about ready to head to the plane, and the lady at the terminal stopped us, and she's like, "Hey guys, I just got to let you know. I first want to say thank you. You have no idea, but so many people were talking about you guys playing hack. You entertained the whole terminal for the last 3 hours." And we're like, "What?" Okay. Side note, this is in 1995. So this is pre-phones, where right now, if you go to the airport, everyone's locked into their screens, right? Nobody's interacting, which kind of sucks for humans. We need to interact. It's what we do really well. But anyway, that was not cool. That was one of those things. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. We can we don't. I mean, when I go to airports now, I'm so confused by it. But back in that day, there was no other entertainment than us, and we did it for 3 hours. And so she's like, so thank you guys. We give each other a high five. We give her a high five, and then we go onto the plane. When I'm going onto the plane, like first things that happen is I go, we're walking by this one aisle, and this one guy gives me a high five. I'm like, cool. My friend had to sit down pretty quickly, right? But I had to go further back in the plane. And I look over to the left, and there's this family, of five. It was one of those big planes with 5 rows in the middle. Family of five, mother, father, 3 kids, and the parents were just like, "Thank you," because the kids were like, just so smiley, giving us warm fuzzies. I'm like, "Okay, awesome." And then I keep on walking down the alley, and I felt so good. Like so many people were trying to connect with me and just give their thanks, their gratitude for it. I'm like, awesome. By the time I got to my seat, I felt like a superstar. I'm like, shoot, man, everybody loves me. Yeah. Yeah. Sit in my seat. I'm just feeling great. And then I feel into my body. And I have just done 3 hours of core crunching, body shaking movement. I feel so good. And I feel into my pocket, and this thing is in there. And it's just throbbing. It's going playtime, playtime. So from that moment on, anywhere place I went in the world, I could just pull out a hack and make a friend. So I started just going to parks, start doing this, like what I do right now. What I'm going to do right now is just kick this thing around, right? Just start doing that, and I'll play for a little while. But somebody would come and play with me almost every time. Somebody was outgoing, fun loving, and wanted to play with a complete stranger. That's a certain level of character. That's already a person who's above most people. And that and again, once we started playing with each other, we're interacting. I had an immediate friend. He's like, "Come over to my house, can't hang out, let's do this." But I'm telling you right now, it does make a huge difference. That play vibe that we all have, we can connect that way. And I want people to learn that and remember how to play better. So that's what I do. I try and get us out of our stressful states by learning how to play better. So if you do know how to juggle, juggle more. If you don't know how to juggle, learn it. Like literally, it's the best thing you can do for yourself, for everybody basically, because the more jugglers we have in the world's going to be a better place. So that's my main pitch about juggling, and the why of Hackido too. So it's just a way of just keep things going, keep on having fun. Oh, so anyway, I'm going to show you guys a couple of little trick moves about what I'm trying to do because, you know, it's funny because every time I learn a new trick with juggling, it takes a long time. It's the Juggling is one of the best frustration builders because you get very frustrated when you learn how to juggle, but once you learn how to overcome it and you get past it, you grow with it. So one of the best examples of this, and I talked about this last time I did a live thing, was learning how to do a 5-ball juggle. So learning how to 5-ball juggle, I've been doing it for probably about 6 years now, working on it. 2020 is when I started it. But this simple trick, well, it's not simple. That's the fun part about it. Like, this is one of the hardest tricks I've ever learned. It's one of the hardest things I've ever learned how to do. Because of the frustration factor and the amount of time that I've put into it, and there's a lot of other things I could have learned how to do in that timeline. But I chose to keep on doing the 5-ball trick because it's a juggler's juggle. So if there are any jugglers out there, you know what I'm talking about. If you could do a 5-ball juggle, it's pretty extraordinary. So I'm trying to learn how to do it, but again, it takes time. And yeah, also another one is a 3-ball in one hand. That's another pretty extraordinary trick to learn. Uh, but anyway, so there's a so one of the comments here. I love that fake. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know how I would fake any of this stuff, but you can. I guess you can fake anything now with AI. So, although I tried to do a fake of me doing juggling on Mount Everest in shorts. It was like a combination, like cold plunge type thing. I'm just on Mount Everest doing juggling, and the juggling was like crap. I mean, you couldn't do it. So I even upload a video of me juggling and saying, "Hey, just make it so I'm in shorts and on Mount Everest." Couldn't do it. So this AI thing is not yet there. Maybe someday, but hopefully not. I don't got to fight back against it, folks. That's that's kind of why I'm all into this play thing, because the AI will never figure out play. It's just something that it won't compute with, because play is very human. It's emotional based. It's not logical, and so AI will never understand the why of it. But along with that, humans, that's how we interact with each other. Play. It's a universal language of love. So if you know how to play well with people, get along with people. It's why I do it. It's why I love play. So I think my camera here, my camera here kind of died as far as my ability to connect with myself. But yeah, it doesn't move with me anymore. Does it? No, I can go off screen now. It's supposed to follow me, but I'll get that fixed. It's giving me a red light right there, which is not good. But you know, I'm just doing this right now to figure it out and just get this started, because the whole point of this, the reason why I'm doing this is so many people are saying to me, you got to get more people to know what this is about, because a lot of people right now, we're in a crisis of depression, and people are just anxious about everything, because we're being overloaded with stuff all the time, all this information about things that we can't do anything about. Our brains constantly in fight or flight, trying to figure out these problems that are they're not even in our world, really. It's not in our reality. All these things are so far away and out of our things, and it's on purpose, just to keep us in a state of yuck with each other, with ourselves. What's the cure for it? Play. It's simple. But if you can play by yourself or in a group of friends and everyone's hanging out, having a good time, you're going to make the world a better place. You're going to make yourself more happy. So I'm going to come out here and just try and spread it as much as possible. Again, you know, sometimes I get people play with me at this park, but if I come out here regularly, I figure some people start showing up more, and that's good. I'm hoping that, so we can keep on going with the process. I'm going to twist a little bit more this way. Um, that's a little bit better. So yeah, I love this park. So I'm going to keep out coming out here and doing it. See what happens. So anyway, let me practice a little more 5-ball juggle, because this is what I usually do out here. Is just go through the you know practice this a bunch of times and try and get people to go, hey, look, it's a 5-ball juggle. Not an easy thing to do, but I'm practicing it. Now, the most I've ever done with a 5-ball juggle is 30 catches. That wasn't 30, but anyway, it's every day. Practice a little bit and try not to get too discouraged. Here we go. Oh, that was 14, which isn't bad. Now, if you there is a formula for juggling, though. There's a way you learn, like to do what it is to juggle. So when you're juggling, if you're doing a 3-ball trick, it's double the amount of balls plus one. So 3-ball trick is 7 catches. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Now I'm officially juggling with the 3-ball. All right. So then, once you get one trick down, then you can keep on learning new tricks, and you keep on practicing those tricks until you get down that juggle. So with 5-ball, how many catches? This is a math equation thing. Good. It's 11. So there's 5 balls times 2, 10 plus 1, 11. So at 11 catches, I'll be officially juggling. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That wasn't close. And that's why 5-ball juggle is so tough. That was 12. So I officially juggled a 5-ball. But, I don't have it consistent right now, which is the challenging part, because you got to keep it consistent. So anyway, I'll keep on doing this for a little while longer. I'm just checking it out. I'll keep on coming out here and hopefully get some more people to at least understand this whole process and hopefully start creating dialogue with people so that we can answer stuff because it's pretty important. But yeah, that's it. No new questions. So I'll just keep on going and playing and talking and just trying to spread a little bit of love here. Because this is the way I do it. It's through play. People see it. Drop cars come by. Actually, I had a friend, one of my pickleball friends, the other day, told me that he saw me first juggling at the park when he drove by. And he's like, I wanted to stop by, but I didn't end up doing it. But watching you juggle was so cool. So I just kind of parked up here and watched you play for a while. So I kind of felt like a little bit of a stalker, but it was just really cool to see you juggle. So later on, he now juggles regularly, and I gave him one of the hack keto kits. So the kits are you can make three of them in there, and then this is the ultimate play tool. So it's for kicking, throwing, back and forth at each other, knocking down cups. Just one little thing that you can put in your pocket, reminds you to play all the time. But you know, it's one of those things. More players, more better. So I'm gonna do a little bit of kicking right now, just because I want to do it. And again, this is when I invite people to play with me through through kicking. Juggling's my personal thing. I don't have a lot of people come in to play juggling with me because you can't. But kicking around a hack, yeah, that's the great connector. But we need more players, please. I don't know if this is even remotely something that people are into, but I'm going to keep on doing it because I know there are other players out there, wherever you're at. Hopefully, they'll catch wind of it and join together, and we create groups of people playing. Go to your local park and find some more players. We need it. We need it now more than ever. I'll arrest this. It's the greatest way to de-stress, get yourself back on track. I don't care if you play my way. I just want you to play. But try to share with people that notion. But oh, there are not very many people out here today. We got people wrestling over there though. That's kind of fun. But here we go. Woo. That wasn't a bad round. But it's funny how much more how much more I used to hack than juggle. Juggling didn't become my thing until like 10 years ago. It became a major thing. But I've been playing hack since '95. Friends eventually forced me to learn how to juggle. They just said, you're going to learn how to do it. So super glad they did. So shout out to Ken and Claus, my two Danish friends. Tack så mycket. Varsågod. So yeah, stay with them for winter time in Denmark, and all their friends learned how to juggle or knew how to juggle because it was just one of the things. All the places had juggling balls in them, so it was one of those things to learn how to juggle. So if you wanted to be cool or you wanted to be somebody who was in the know, you got to learn how to juggle. But nobody did a 5-ball juggle there. That was my. Oh, it was so close. I'm gonna do it right now. Here we go. That wasn't even a full juggle yet. 15. So close. 20 is where I strive for 20 each time, and then that'll quickly add up to my brain. Calculates it, and it's just such a more demanding brain activity versus a 3-ball. I'll show you why really quickly. Just because a 3-ball's like this, right? Not very much interaction. There's little chance those balls actually connect, contacting each other. So you got a lot of space, you got a lot of time. But as soon as you add those other 2 balls in, Now there's so many different ways that the balls can collide. It's just exponentially more challenging. That train is letting me know it's here. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's pretty loud though. But so your brain has to do all those little calculations. So when you're throwing up the balls and you're working with your hands, do the micro catches, micro throws, just takes a lot of calculations to do good 5 ball juggling. So it's supposed to be a million drops, million catches before you get it. So I've dropped the ball. I've dropped the Hakita hundreds of thousands of times. I'm not sure if it's millions of times, but it's several hundred thousand. Just because every time I've been doing it, every time I juggle, I basically drop it, but several times. But sometimes I drop 2 balls. Sometimes I've dropped 5 balls so many times. So those all add up. But again, you just got to keep on doing it. And the greatest reward for your brain is doing something that's super challenging and then starting to achieve it. You get like your brain grows in some really cool ways. But so by doing something super hard for a super long time, when you finally get it, your reward system that the brain gives you is crazy. So when I do these, I similar to what happiness is for me. Like laughing is, I talk about when I talk about play being an amazing thing to do for you. Laughter is also a world class thing. It's a drug that you always have. You always have available to you. You can use it anytime to restate yourself. And I mean, there's a whole bunch of really cool scientific things about why, the oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, all these amazing brain chemicals that are released when you laugh, and cortisol levels plummet. But your brain also doesn't know the difference between real laughter and fake laughter. So if you just threw out a little bit of a laugh, even then, I feel my brain tingling a little bit. But if I keep it up, my brain will keep on dumping those chemicals, and then you can get addicted to it. So I try to laugh as much as I can every day for silly things, and that's what's really cool about because I'm not only am I prepping my brain with these chemicals, my body's also kind of addicted to it. So I'll laugh more frequently because I'm primed for it. So by starting off my day in the morning, like I do a little laughter exercise, even while I'm in bed, and start laughing, which gets my brain ready to go for the rest of the day. So things a little bit more happy, life is a little bit more joyful versus staying in a negative state. And you know, I used to go on social media things and find out information about the news or whatever, and I'm like, and then started off my brain that way, and it takes like 6 hours to like clear your brain out of it if that's like one of the first things you do. So no longer, don't do it anymore. I look at now funny dog videos or something just to keep me laughing first thing. But and I don't do juggling first thing in the morning though. Probably should, but you know, drink a lot of water and do some exercise. That's the best way to wake yourself up. So that's what I do. And laugh. So anyway, we'll see. Just gonna keep on coming out here a little bit every day. Not every day. I can't do that. I'm as much as I want to, try and do my share to change up the world. I'm more selfish than that. I try to think about what I can do for myself. So for me to come out here every day, just try to get things going, I'm like, I'd rather be out here by myself. But I'm actually seriously trying to help the greater expanse right now because I see so many people hurting, and that hurts me because we're all connected. I mean, if you don't know that by now, that's you know, try some psychedelics to figure out. I haven't done them, but I heard that ways. I did it through other ways. I just did a lot of meditation on stuff and just figured that just makes sense to me that we're all connected. But a lot of people don't think we are, and everyone just goes through the whole thing of just being yuck. And I'm sick of it. I don't want more yuck in this world. I want more people feeling a little bit more joy. So got a ding going on. So that's me. It's my time for dinner. So I'm gonna sign off now, and hopefully that just helped a little bit. But I'll keep on coming back, and hopefully get some more people just to awaken a little bit. All right. Blessings, aloha, everybody. Tag, you're it. Get your play on. Aloha. Okay. Now how do I switch this thing off? I gotta figure that out. It's different than my other thing. All right. That's it. I press that and that. I'm out. Aloha.